Hi, Tig. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's alright.
Thank you.
Doing well. Yeah, welcome to our lab.
All right.
It's been a quiet morning.
Nice, bright Monday morning.
Yeah.
So what are we going to be doing today? Also, introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Mohamed Toure, and I'm a third-year graduate student in the Department of Biomedical Engineering here at MIT.
What do you work on?
Currently, my research is focused on understanding protein degradation. So our lab primarily works on small molecule drug discovery.
And is this focused on a specific treatment, disease?
For the most part, we are generally agnostic to that, but we primarily focus on cancer.
All right.
So, and the specific piece that I'm working on is looking at multiple indications.
Awesome. Is this something you were interested in, drug discovery, when you were, starting out?
Yeah, I've always been interested in the field of in drug discovery, pharmaceutical research, and I would say that primarily for me, one of my primary scientific goal or objective is just to improve response to therapy or make new ones. So,
awesome.
So that has been a passion of mine for a long time.
So what was your journey like? Like, where did you go to undergrad? What did you major in?
Yeah. Well, hopefully we have enough time to talk about this. So high school. So my journey is my family moved to the U.S. in 2007, and at the time I was just finishing up middle school. So
gonna sit right here.
Yeah, so I started high school in Philly, and that was actually like the time when I really started becoming interested in the sciences, because I had a teacher who was very passionate about biology, and I had just a lot of folks around me who were sort of interested in helping me sort of succeed and understand that space quite well. So the usual science fairs and this and this, and so we got involved into all of that, and I was hooked on this idea of sort of doing science, doing biology,
Wow!
And then,
shout out to high school science teachers.
Yeah, I know. It's like a great way to inspire young minds.
Yeah, definitely.
And then fast forward, after high school, I went to undergrad at Harvard University, and there I majored in biomedical engineering. So that was also a pretty good experience for me. I mean, very transformative. I mean, that's, I think, where I started to form my my identity of who I would like to be and stuff like that.
What do you do for fun outside of lab?
Yeah, I do a lot for fun outside of lab.
Give us the snippets.
I do like sports. I'm a big soccer fan. I guess my West African heritage will give that away. So I support the Premier League. So,
which team?
I'm a big fan of Chelsea football.
Oh no! Manchester United is winning right now, so.
Yeah, Manchester United had a good game on Saturday.
Yep.
I mean, they got lucky towards the end.
Did they though?
Yeah.
Awesome.
But Chelsea won definitively
yesterday
against Tottenham. So.
Awesome. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. But yeah, so I do sometimes play soccer outside. I like cycling.
Do you have kind of a community that you do all these hobbies with?
Yeah, so luckily for me, I've been around here for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
So I have friends. I have formed like relationships and stuff. So whenever I want to do activities like this, there is always people who are willing to join in. And
What is your advice into like creating your community in grad school?
yeah, that's a critical thing because I've seen friends who have really struggled
Mm-hmm.
with that. Primarily, even if you are from the same community that you're going to grad school with, and
Yeah.
it's just important to find things to do outside of your academic work. Like taking up hobbies that would allow you to make new friends, or
Mm-hmm.
like just form new bonds with other folks in your program and outside of your program.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. So who is your scientific or personal hero, or do you have one of those?
Ah, that's a tough one. I think for that I'll go back to high school
Mm-hmm.
and probably say from a scientific standpoint, Mendeleev will probably be like someone because I like in high school I got super hooked on this idea of like evolution and understanding
Yeah.
that process and even like doing some like cool experiments to
Yeah,
see
Mendelian genetics was the first thing we all learned.
So I think that from a personal hero standpoint, I'm
Mhm.
quite a big fan of Mandela. Just like the struggles that
Yeah.
he went through, and his entire philosophy was
Mhm.
was one that I personally like have learned a lot from.
What are the things you like to do to set yourself up for like a good week?
Yeah, in a typical like time, not IAP.
Yeah.
Maybe the
Right
viewers
now,
don't know
MIT is
what
under like
IAP
special
is.
study. Yeah.
Um, I usually like to start with a good workout.
Yeah.
I typically like working out on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Like just to like give me some boost of energy like throughout the week because I've found that to be important for my own sanity.
I see.
to- to-
Yep.
to get
That's critical
started.
in grad school.
Yeah, and aside from that, like like this morning, uh, typically on Sunday or Monday morning, I'm sort of like trying to see, okay, what are the things I need for
Mhm.
some of the experiments that I need to run? Do I need to order sort of new reagents?
Mhm.
And plan sort of the week that way.
Yeah.
And also like who do I need to meet with? What meetings do I have coming up? Do I
Yeah.
need to prepare for those and things and blocking time for some of those,
Yeah. Any tools that help you kind of set this up, or do you just use like your calendar? What are like any productivity tools?
Honestly, I'm heavily relying on my Google Calendar.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Cool.
Notepad. I think that's like, I like to write things down.
Yeah. So do you like keep a virtual or like physical notebook?
I keep a physical notebook.
Do you have a preference for the physical notebook, or is it just a matter of convenience?
I think it's just a matter of, at this point, convenience, right?
I see. Yeah.
Because with the physical notebook, it's quite easy to jot down like your ideas as you go,
Mhm.
right? Whereas the virtual notebook, you have to do it. You probably write it down as well, and then
Yeah.
transfer it and stuff. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Do you like any shows or books like in your spare time that you like to read, or any TV shows you like to watch, or movies?
Succession. Recently, I just started reading QED by Feynman.
Okay.
Feynman, maybe. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. So like you're just like it's just like talking a lot about theories of lights and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. So it's pretty interesting to read something a little bit outside of the realm of what I'm actually doing from
Cool.
a day-to-day basis.
Well, that's actually a great segue. If you were not doing research and in academia, what would you be doing if you're not doing science?
Whew, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. For me personally, I feel like I have a lot of different sort of interests.
I see.
And so if I were not doing science, and as I mentioned earlier, I spent some time outside of just like actual basic
Like academic,
science, academic stuff. So I mean, I enjoyed that. So I probably would, be
Go into
doing
that sector.
something in that arena.
How do you identify the important moments in your career or in your scientific day-to-day?
Yeah, it's a tough one because it's always like things that you maybe assign relevance to in retrospect, 'cause
Yeah.
it's like when you're living it, it doesn't
It doesn't feel as real.
feel,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I think like what I started doing some time ago, and to be honest, I'm not religiously doing that day to day, but I try as much as I can, is to write down certain things that are happening, like experiences and stuff, and like sometimes just like reflecting on those, and
Awesome.
and understanding their relevance. Yeah.
What is something cool about the area that you could tell viewers or any potential students that might want to come here?
Oh, there's just a lot of cool things around here, right? So the reason why one thing I like about Boston is how walkable the city is. Like you don't really need a car to do well here.
That's true.
And in addition to that, it's just like the surrounding areas, like mountains in like New Hampshire, even within the city itself, where you can go on quick hikes and stuff. So like outdoor stuff is things that I enjoy. Like as I was mentioning, I like cycling. I like doing this. It's also like it's easy to like find those avenues.
Yeah. It's easy to like navigate.
Exactly.
I definitely understand that.
And the food, scene is also like quite good.
Oh wow! What's your favorite?
And stuff. In terms of food, I mean, there are quite a lot. I mean, depending on the cuisine that you're interested in. Like I think that fast, like casual food, Felipe's is like a good spot.
Nice,
for a nice burrito, cheap and in budget. And then like for a little bit upscale, and if you want to have some special events and stuff, like Oleana is like a really good restaurant. So
that's a good place.
Yeah.
So you're working during the pandemic times and in academia. What has that been like? Any important lessons you've learned?
Working during the pandemic was really challenging on many different levels, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's where trying to constantly have a good perspective on like on your journey on life in general, and like understand that this is just a time period that we'll get through it together, and just keep pushing. I mean, I know it's difficult from a mental health perspective for most people, myself included, but shifting that narrative from like we're all doomed to like all right, there's a challenge and we'll get through it. I think that's sort of like has been a good framework that has helped me.
What is like a really good advice you've gotten, and also what's the worst advice you've gotten so far, whether it be like personal or professional?
So I think in terms of advice in general, I mean, I would just say advice in general, like good or bad, it depends on the person who is receiving it and depends on how you apply it, right?
Yeah.
So I think one good one is just especially in grad school, it was like, you know, there's always this sort of trade-off, right?
Yeah.
Of like how high of an impact that you want to make, and the scientific risk that you need to take, right?
Yeah.
Or like even execution risk there, right?
Yeah.
So it's
like a risk reward system there.
Exactly. So like earlier on in your career, obviously you want to just like aim for getting something midpoint. Like, I mean, obviously, you know, if you're lucky, like most people, you can aim for that high impact, right?
Yeah.
But like it's often better to shoot for somewhere where that scientific risk or execution risk is a little bit controlled. You know? And then even if the impact is not so high, it's all good because that's your training phase. You know?
Exactly.
And then post that, then you can keep aiming, shooting for that.
Yeah, but kind of build your foundations.
Exactly.
You know, also impact is like, you know, in the eye of the beholder these days.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, do you want to show us any of the new cool toys?
Yes. So the instrument is actually in the other section of our lab. So if you come with me.
Thank you.
So our lab has two sections.
Yeah.
Now, so this is like the older lab space.
Got it.
And we have most of our instruments here. So one of those is this that I have started using quite a bit, and it's actually quite simple. If there's no run going on right now, it's
Ooh, sounds even cooler.
It's it's really cool. So basically, it's like a plate-based system, and like what you're doing here, you load in your samples, you know, antibodies at certain like dilutions and stuff, and then all of the reagents that you need to run a Western blot.
Cool.
Right? And then these capillaries are used then to like suck up the matrix that will be used to separate like your proteins and stuff, things like that, and then do all the wash and stuff like that in there.
Awesome.
And then the instrument will image basically the important data is just like these values, area on the curve, and the stuff that you do use then and export and like create your own sort of analysis out of it.
Got it.
Make graphs and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
well, thank you for sharing with us the cool toy that you just got.
Yeah.
And then last question. If there was a reality TV about science and lab life, one, what would it be about? And two, would you watch it?
Science is all about people.
Yeah.
Right? So there are, there are lab dynamics. There are like, people who are, the optimists in the lab, people who are not so much, on that point, people who are very like, belligerent. So I mean,
you think it'll be like a comedy or a drama?
I think there will be a lot of comedy. Like,
I see.
If you were to really film, people in a lab setting, right?
Yeah.
We all think it's all like, science and all of that, but like there's a lot of people stuff you have to manage.
Definitely, there's a lot of humanity to it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. This was great. It was great to get to know you, and best of luck with the rest of your day and your week.
Thank you. I need to get started. First,
Same.
I need to order some reagents so that I can start with some of the experiments that I got planned.
Sounds good. Awesome.
All right.
Have a nice day.